So can I just begin whenever? All right, good afternoon. My name is Lena Gary. I have with me Corey Brown and Dustin Docktor at Arlington, Formula Car number 28, and to propose to you a business plan that will prove to be a profitable venture for our prototype F12. We'll begin by analyzing our target market, going through some of our F12 features, exploring our marketing strategies and our manufacturing plan, and finally detailing the our vehicles. Our primary target market consists of the weekend racer. This includes both the solo side and the road racing side. As you can see from the demographic information, SCCA has grown over 20% in the last few years to 60,000 members. That is a big market. We've also included here Formula SAE members because, as you can see, they're worldwide, averaging about 20 members per team with one car. That doesn't give each member a whole lot of opportunity to purchase a Formula race car. So that makes our growing market of passionate Formula SAE members. If we account there will be about 2,000 graduates per year getting engineering and management salaries, so they prototype and continue their passion. We also have included sort of that extra market, but it will also be a way for us to advertise our vehicle, get the word out there, and now our target market is, what is our product? Well, as you can see on the front page of your handout, we've conducted multiple surveys of our target market. How do they prioritize buying factors when they purchase a purpose-built race car? As you can see, performance is at the top, 27%, followed by maintainability, reliability, affordability, and aesthetics. And it shows about how we meet each of those specs. But we want to dig in a little bit deeper. As a racer, how would you like to get rid of that third clutch pedal, that ruins time on track? Well, what we've done with our product is we have incorporated an integrated hand clutch system to get rid of that third clutch pedal. So you can always have one foot on brake, one foot on the pedal, save time on track. We've also incorporated a carbon fiber air intake and a newly developed, more efficient aerodynamics package. As you can see here, this is a newly developed aerodynamic system. We do our own testing, so this can be used for future models. We've got our carbon fiber wheel, which you can pass around and see how we save weight, as well as carbon fiber steering wheel. Now we've identified our product. Who are we to sell this new product on the market? Well, we've had 30 years of prototype experience. We are a 12-time top finisher with SCCA Nationals, and we have gained 11 first-place titles through Formula SAE, 8 in the U.S. and 3 internationally. Now, more to talk about our product and its performance, because that is the #1 buying factor. What we did to compare performance was we compared the PAC/RTP numbers. PAC stands for Performance Autocross, RTP stands for Racing Theoretical Performance. These are index comparisons, index numbers issued by the SCCA every year, and it basically normalizes the times across. We are second behind them at a .989, and you can see F125 and Corvette and the Mazda Miata. Those are really common classes. F125 is a little shifter car, as you can see on the bottom right. It's very comparable to our car, although a lot more simple. Well, another way to compare performance is to understand the power-to-weight ratio, but we took that one step further. We incorporated cost, because you don't want to spend, not everybody wants to spend $60,000 on a race car that will go fastest through the track. They want the most bang for their buck, so this is how we compared those. We determined the power-to-weight to cost ratio. As you can see, our car MSRP will be $20,000, and it's right behind F125. F125 is a really lightweight, very small, very simplistic car. It doesn't have the sophistication that our F12 has, nor does it have the safety features that we have. Our target market, SCCA, the median age is 46, so not all of our target market would be willing to sit in one of these small little shifter cars. They wouldn't feel as safe because it's so open. And we've also included analog Corvette and Miata just for that extra comparison. So now that we've talked about the who and the what, we're going to talk about marketing. How are we going to actually reach our market? What we plan on doing is developing a factory race team. A race team that will compete in local autocrosses across the U.S. About 1 per month is also incorporated in the annual fixed cost. And this will not only be used for advertising, to get the word out there and for our target market to actually see our car in action, but it'll also be used for research and development for our next year's vehicles. to keep our market going. We also have future plans to make a class of our own in road racing, because there is no FSAE class in road racing right now. But as we expand in the autocross division, we plan on tapping into that road racing, getting that extra market out there with road racing. We also would like to our customers with a company website. On the front side of your handout, part of maintainability, we will give our owners-only access to a company website where they'll have the owner's manual, maintenance videos, training videos. And we would also like to use this for advertising, just to advertise their vehicle, all the specs, why they should buy this car, all the nice features. We would like to also attack social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. That's just where the culture is going these days, and technology. As far as print ads and features, we've been featured in over 80 publications at no cost to us, just because of the general interest in our products. So now that I've talked about marketing and who our target market is, as well as our product, I would like to pass it to Dustin to talk about manufacturing, as well as the financial outlook of our vehicles.
So now, how are we going to actually build our car? We're going to take an outsourcing approach where smaller things such as welding and machining are all going to be done in-house. Now, the outsourcing things such as CNC and composites will all be outsourced, and we're going to do that because it's going to save us money up front. Large machines such as a CNC machine and an autoclave for composites is extremely expensive and takes up a lot of room. As you can see here, this is our plant layout. We're asking for a 5,000 square foot facility, and you can see how the raw materials as well as the outsourced parts will flow onto our assembly line, put onto the cars, moved into our quality control section, and then finally out to the actual customer. Now, how much is all this going to cost? Well, our upfront cost is going to be $150,000. This is going to cost, this is all our machines and our marketing setup fees, as well as, and then our annual fixed cost is $650,000. This will cover all of our executive salaries, as well as our overhead. Now, next we have variable costs. This is how much the actual car cost us to build total. $13,300. This includes all of the raw materials, as well as the direct labor involved with building the car. Now, what are we asking you from an investing standpoint? We're asking for a 60-40 partnership, where $312,000 is your initial investment. This will cover our upfront startup costs, as well as the first quarter of our annual fixed costs. We are going to ask for quarterly contributions afterwards of $162,000, coming to a total of $800,000 in year one. Now, how soon are we going to break even? Well, our goal is to break even within 2 years. And up until this point, 100% of all the revenue of all cars sold will go to you as the investors. That way we can pay your debt back sooner. At this point, we'll switch over to the 60-40 partnership, and then we want to have a 100% return on your investment within 3 years. Here's our break-even model. As you can see, our break-even point is 108 cars. Our first year goal is 50 cars, and our second year goal is 150 cars. As you can see, 108 falls right into that. And at the break-even point, the business will become self-sustaining, and we won't have to, you won't have to invest any more money into this. So now that we've covered our 4 topics, our market analysis, our product features, our marketing plan, and our manufacturing plan, as well as the capital details, I'll open it up for questions.
That was a really excellent presentation. I noticed you have a lot of things that end in ability, but one thing I did see was sustainability. So just, have you guys thought about that at all? I mean, I saw the economic sustainability, but I didn't see environmental sustainability per se. What kind of things are you considering for recycling, waste management, that sort of stuff?
Well, to decrease the waste, like we said, we'll have a quality control system. We would like to incorporate an ISO sort of quality standard, and also kind of encompass that with all of our vendors as well, so that we can decrease that amount of error. But so far, that's all that we considered right now.
You said you were doing a lot of outsourcing for your parts. I was just wondering if you guys had considered using any lean manufacturing or JIT or just-in-time practices for the actual maintenance of the supply of parts. I'm just wondering if you're planning on keeping a stockpile or what you're doing in those.
Our manufacturing plan does accommodate for our parts rack to keep an inventory inventory, but we would like to incorporate just a little bit of that just-in-time delivery approach. A lot of our stuff, when we outsource it, it'll be in bulk just to decrease the price. So right now, our manufacturing facility, a lot of that room won't be taken up by machines just because it's all outsourced. But as our business grows, we plan on using that space for more machines and actually bringing that more in our manufacturing facility.
Also, in your initial investment of $312,000, it covers the first quarter, but it's up front. So if you want to, you can allocate some of that money to go ahead and build some cars, just to kind of get some inventory and stock already in your, up and ready for a customer.
Based on the financial data that you had there, are you saying that the sales of the vehicles is going to be fairly linear, or is seasonality going to play in a factor, and how are you planning to deal with that as far as financial numbers go?
We haven't considered seasonality that much. We did consider up front it's going to be a little bit harder to break into the market. That's why our goal is only 50 cars initially. And then once we get some cars out there and people see what our product is about and how good of a product it is, then we hope to increase our, the sales from there.
Also, the break-even model was based on a worst-case scenario where we sell only the base model vehicles, and it'll only get better once we sell those extra packages, which are also on your handout.
How long does it take from the time that somebody orders the car to have it?
It'll probably take about a month once we get going. That initial first month and that first probably month and a half will be spent getting the manufacturing facility ready, getting all of our vendors lined up. But once all that's going, if we're making 50 cars a year, it'll probably be about one car a week.
You had mentioned that you guys are planning on doing a factory race team. I love the idea. I was wondering, with that, are you planning on also having some vehicle, I'm assuming you'll be attending events such as Solo Nationals and things like that. Would you be planning on having extra vehicles there for, say, test drives or other, for potential customers to at least look over and possibly take for a fun run type thing? Absolutely.
I think we allocated at least money for 2 cars as well as 4 members to go to each event. So that way you can have different models. And also, as we said, it's a test bed for new features such as, a new aero package, things like that. And it'll allow people, we're very welcoming, to come in our pit, check out our car, take a look, sit in if you want, and really get hands-on with the product. So we feel that not only can they, like you stated, they see it on the track, see the performance there, but then they'll actually be able to